We're sitting in a room and I give you two options. Option A, I tell you exactly how, when, and where you're going to die. Or option B, you live life exactly the way you've been living it, and when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. It'll be a surprise. What option are you going to take?
The Matrix, a science fiction film created by the Wachowskis, is probably one of the most influential movies ever made. The story starts when computer programmer Thomas Anderson, operating as a hacker under the alias Neo, discovers the truth about the world he's living in, as he becomes aware of the existence of something known as the Matrix. After looking for a man named Morpheus, who can tell him more about the Matrix, he encounters another hacker named Trinity. After a failed attempt, which led to Agent Smith capturing and bugging him, Trinity takes Neo to Morpheus. Morpheus vaguely describes the Matrix as this all-encompassing prison, as the world that has been pulled over Neo's eyes, blinding him from the truth. He also admits that no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself, he states. So Neo gets offered a choice in the form of two pills. A blue one and a red one. If he chooses the blue pill, he remains in his everyday life and believes whatever he wants to believe. But if he chooses the red pill, he'll set foot in the real world and find out what the Matrix truly is. All I'm offering is the truth, says Morpheus. And so Neo takes the red pill and tumbles down the rabbit hole.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be going down the rabbit hole of whether people actually want the truth. In my personal opinion, no. I don't think people want the truth. People say they want the truth, but for the most part, they don't. I recently rewatched The Matrix for like the umpteenth time, probably like 20th to 30th time probably. And there's a reason why The Matrix came out in 1999. That's like, 25 years ago. And it still holds up so well today because a lot of the themes in The Matrix you can apply to everyday life. And the one that I really wanted to touch on is about the truth. Truth. Most people tell you they want you to be honest with them, but they really don't when you actually think about it. When you tell most people the truth, they either get offended, they take offense, they get defensive, and they might feel some type of way about hearing the truth or in general just being surrounded in truth. So as we go through this video, I'm just going to be giving my own thoughts, my own opinions about the whole situation, about the truth, using some examples from The Matrix, real life, and my own personal experiences. So let's get to it.
Shortly after his liberation, Neo initially refuses to accept the truth. No, I don't believe it. It's impossible, he says, after Morpheus showed him what the Matrix is. He showed a typical reaction of someone confronted with the harsh reality, as the architect of the Matrix states in the sequel. Denial is the most predictable of all human responses. We can see this when, for example, we discover that one of our parents isn't our biological parent, or the person we consider our greatest enemy turns out to be our parent. In such cases, the truth carries such a magnitude that accepting it shakes one's identity to its very foundations. Such a massive shift in perception generally terrifies people.
People like to be in their comfort zones. They don't want to have their beliefs challenged. Imagine if someday somebody came and told you that everything you believe in is a lie. Your values, about yourself, your friends, your family, your religion, all lies. And they provide proof to dispute your accusations of saying, oh no, it's a lie. No, they actually have proof. How would you feel? Most people don't want to confront that because most people don't like confrontation in general. So this scene from The Matrix of taking the red pill and blue pill, you'd be surprised. Like, I had this discussion with my friends where I was like, hey, if somebody could actually come and give you this option, red pill, blue pill. Imagine somebody said, hey, here's the red pill. You get to know exactly the day you're going to die. Or here's the blue pill. You continue living life the exact same way you've been living it. And when you die is when you die, but you don't know when you're going to die. What do you want to do? You'd be shocked. Most people are not going to take the red pill. Most people will be like, nah, I'll take the blue pill, live life the way I want to live. And they have their reasons for doing that. because, confrontation is uncomfortable for most people.
People tend to adopt surrogate truths to cover up a painful reality. By contrast, others love painful realities, but these are often instrumental to their already dark worldview. People from both camps also tend to ignore facts that oppose how they want to see the world. In many, if not most cases, they share their worldviews with like-minded people. Sharing a certain truth, regardless of whether it's true, has benefits. Again, look at religious groups, political movements, and even the Flat Earth Society. Being part of such groups can provide people with purpose and social connections. In The Matrix, for example, we can see how the belief in the One binds Morpheus and his people together. The downside is that adopting opposing views as a member, even if they were true, could lead to other members ostracizing you. And here's where
And that's very true. When you think about it, most people we need purpose in our lives. We need attachment. So most people, they find something to attach themselves to. Most people, religion. You want to belong to something. When you go to church, when you go to the mosque, when you go to the synagogue, you attach yourself to something. When it comes to politics, you want to attach yourself to one side of politics versus another. You want to feel as if your life has meaning. That's a natural human desire, to feel that, look, why am I here? What is my purpose? And when somebody comes along and challenges that, imagine somebody came along and told you that the religion you're following is wrong because of A, B, C, D. Or that the political party you follow is wrong because of A, B, C, D. Your first natural inclination is to resist it, is to fight it, because that's somebody challenging basically your worldview. But if somebody actually did come along, for example, and present you with actual facts, data, and statistics to say that, hey, look, what you believe in or who you support, you shouldn't support them because of A, B, C, D. Let's be honest with ourselves. Are you really going to change your mind? I know people that have been confronted with the truth, and even though they know what they were told is a lie, they just prefer to go along with it because it's easier. Because again, most people don't like confrontation. Most people will be saying to themselves that they want honesty, but they can't even be honest with themselves. Instead of looking in the mirror, for example, the most common example is when people gain weight. Instead of saying, oh no, now I'm fat, they'll lie to themselves and say, oh no, I'm a bit pudgy. Oh no, I'm thick. Oh no, I'm fluffy. Or they give themselves all kinds of terms to ignore the reality, not a reality, not a truth, like they were saying. People like to say, I'm living in my truth. For me personally, there's reality and a lie. There's reality, there's delusion. That's it. If you before were 70 kgs, for example, and you're now 90 kgs, you have gained weight, that's a fact. You are now fat, that's a fact. But in today's culture, saying that out loud, and the reality is I'm probably saying that out loud to someone, it's probably going to be viewed as, oh, you're fat shaming, you need to be body positive. But the reality is being obese is going to increase the likelihood for so many health risks like diabetes, your joints are going to be weak, heart attacks, everything, you name it. There are so many negatives for being obese versus being at a healthy weight. But in this society, if you go to someone who is actually obese and say that, hey, I think you losing weight would be beneficial for your life, you will be attacked and assaulted for that. That, to me, that's crazy, but this is the world we live in, like for real. This is the world we live in. So when people say they want the truth, I really don't think, for the most part, most people don't. Most people don't want the truth when you really think about it. And if you can't be honest with yourself, how can you honestly be honest with other people?
Convenience. For example, someone keeps subscribing to a false belief against one's better judgment just to belong or out of fear of being ostracized. All in all, people seem pretty opportunistic when it comes to the truth. We want a truth, not necessarily the truth. We want a reality, not necessarily the reality. But the truth and the lie often have something in common. They both appear as stories. So could it be that we fundamentally don't want the truth, but a story to believe in, identify with, share with others, dwell on, and perhaps most importantly, to provide us with a sense of meaning and belonging.
Yeah, and that's going to be it for this video. I really just wanted to make this video because I was having this discussion and I truly do believe in it. I really truly believe the fact that most people don't want the truth. We say we do, but most people don't. That's why I think if you look at the people that are most successful in your own life and in the world in general, they are generally more honest with themselves and they are their own biggest critics, because they can sit down, look at themselves in the mirror, and they can go and break down and say, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, here's where I can improve, here is where my blind spots. They're fully aware. But if you actually think about it, the people that usually complain and it's always everybody else's fault, generally, if you look at their lives, you can tell that they're not as put together in their lives, because it's always somebody's fault for them not doing well. So yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this. Matrix, absolutely fantastic movie. Absolutely. Like, if you guys have not watched The Matrix, like, I just, touched on the subject of truth. The Matrix, for me, is probably in my top 5 movies of all time. Like, it's one of those movies where I can just sit down, watch it once a month, and I always get something from it. So I highly recommend it if you guys have not watched it. And yeah, no, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. And yeah, feel free to check out my other videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.